Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Addicted Fishing podcast. Here we are again, sitting here in studio, watching it rain outside, wondering why we aren't steelheading yet. Oh, but I got Mr. Jason Harmson and Mr. Ryan McCon, Riverside Guide Service, and you know Jason's guide service, Steel Obsession Guide Service. He's in the house tonight. Got a couple of big announcements as we're getting into sports.
That just freaked me out a little bit. I got the chills when he said it like that.
See, I wish I had like an actual real announcer's voice. I'd be like, Steel Obsession Guide
Actually,
Service.
it sounds pretty good. Like
it rolls off the tongue.
You just got to keep working at it.
I know. Just gotta, yeah. I'll figure it out. I'm still fighting a cold. How about that? But no, we got sports show season coming up. We got lots planned. We got our bashes coming up. Had a little powwow with Marlon just a couple days ago, trying to figure out exactly all the stuff. Dude, we're giving away some of these pedal drive kayaks, 8 rods and reels per
crazy
bash.
stuff.
I'm getting guys. I had a guy call me. We are talking about crazy stuff today in this podcast. I had a guy call me at 9 o'clock on a Sunday. Just a few days ago.
9 a.m.
Calls me at 9
p.m.
Because he bought his tickets online to the Puyallup Show Bash, but was afraid that he's like, I haven't got anything in the mail. I didn't get a receipt. It's like, okay. And I
just freaking out.
Freaking out. It's like on the page, it says, we will have your name on the list on the door and save you were emailed a receipt. Or you were
with a confirmation or something.
So we have all that.
Yeah.
But he was calling at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, who the hell is calling me? I got to go fishing tomorrow. And honestly, I thought it was the clients calling me the next day. Something came up. Someone gets it. Anyways, lots coming up. Lots to do. Puyallup show is going to be lit. Couple big things there. Like I said, you got the tickets online at addicted.fishing. Make sure check out the VIP. I think the VIP stuff's sold out already. I believe it. I know it's sold out for Portland. A little early entry, some meet and greet stuff. Honestly, I'm going to be a terrible salesman because I don't even know. We've been fishing hard. We've just wrapped up our sturgeon season, getting steelhead going, getting things ready for spring Chinook. It's going to be a banger this year. It's just, I don't know where these days are going.
Gone.
But pretty soon we're going to be bass fishing, so thank God, definitely.
Whoa. Easy there, buddy.
That's what it was. It's what I knew it'd come to me. That was my crazy story.
As soon as he said bass.
I know. That's what it was. That's what it was. I know what it was.
3 crazy stories. We got it lined up. Here we go.
But either way, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about just some of the crazier things that we see on the water. I got these 2 guys, and I know, you guys have heard some of Marlon and I's stories, kind of over the past few years, but every year is always, every day is different out there, first off, but every year we always get some pretty crazy highlights. So it's, I don't know, we brought these guys in and we're going to sit here and talk about it. Tonight's live feed, we're talking about how to go steelhead fishing without bobbers, but that's really hard to show you guys, how to swing a drift rod.
Hard to illustrate that.
Hard to
microphones.
Hard to illustrate that. So we're going to start
It's
with
definitely a feel.
Right. Yeah, it's all about feel. No pun intended. It sounds like a doonch. Yeah. No, but shoot. Well, you got you guys in here. Think about it off the top of your heads. And I just kind of spurred this on them too, so we might just have to work through this podcast, guys. But what is it?
Craziest story
for Steel Obsession Guide Service.
I don't know if I would call it a crazy story, but it was just kind of a cool story, I would say.
Cool is acceptable.
So it's my first day guiding ever, taking clients out, and we're fishing hard. We're fishing hard throughout the morning. It's
where are we at?
On a local river.
Shut up.
And we're on
I tried.
We're on a 7-mile stretch of river. So we fish hard for about half the float, and we get down to another boat launch. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to dump the plugs in right here, and we'll see what happens. Probably 4 or 5 other boats had gone through there. There was nobody bank fishing it, so I was like, yeah, we're going to do this. Never done it.
Never done it as a guide? Never done. Wait a second, Mr. Steel Obsession. I'm totally giving you crap.
Never plugged that hole, so.
No pun intended.
I was gonna say this story's already getting weird.
Okay.
We get down. The plugs.
I feel like I know where he's at already.
Plugs are swimming.
I'd like to do a holy plug already.
Plugs are swimming. We get down, and all of a sudden, this left plug absolutely just gets freight trained, and it sticks real good. We fight the fish for probably 10, 15 minutes and finally get the fish in, and it's the biggest Biggest fish that I've ever guided somebody into to this day.
Well, at that point in time, it was like your first fish that you ever guided.
It was
Was it a steelhead or
it was actually the second fish. So we had caught like maybe a 6-pound dinker hen.
Well, so it was still the biggest fish you'd ever guided.
Yes.
Even on day one.
So it's still the biggest fish till this day.
Nice.
That I've guided into. So
well, how big was it?
It was probably 17, 18 pounds.
Except
and it was a really cool looking fish. I had a cool overbite. It was a cool buck. It was what is this? Why do I get picked on so bad like this?
I feel like, when Cameron draws his little diagram, they're all 20-pounders. So I feel like you should have just started out and said it was 21 pounds.
Okay.
Just so you didn't have that ammunition on you.
It's not. Whatever.
Well, okay, but first off, no, I was gonna rip you for going like, oh, only 18, it wasn't 20.
It wasn't
because
20.
every other freaking guide, it's 20.
It was not 20.
Every guide in the
it's
north,
20.
if it's 16, it's 20. Every other guide's 20.
It wasn't 20.
It's 20.
I've seen enough 20-pound fish that it wasn't 20.
Just not guided people on them.
Nope.
Just
Good God.
I'm not.
He's feeling better. He doesn't have that cold anymore.
I'm just gonna roll with the punches.
But let's be real though. What happened? So you brought it up.
So we end up netting the fish, and it's a hassle to handle. And we get it in the landing net. It finally relaxes. We finally get the guy to take some good pictures with it and get it going on its way. And he sits down in the back seat, and he's like, mind you, this is a super clean-cut guy, like probably wakes up every day at 5 a.m., goes for an hour workout, and then goes on about his day.
We all do that.
Okay. But anyways, he sits down in the back seat, and he's like, oh, holy bleep, boys. I think I need a smoke after that fish.
It was
really funny. It was just cool. Not so much crazy, but it was just a cool.
But it was your
story.
first day of guiding. You spike at 18. Like
I'm gonna say
not a 20.
I'm gonna say a solid 17.
Solid. Okay.
Solid 17.
So at 18 still wet.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So little water in his overhung jaw or whatever.
It was
like
a super cool looking fish.
But let's be real though too. Like you've probably hooked bigger fish with clients. What happens?
Usually they don't land them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually another kind of crazy story just happened to me a couple weeks ago, but I'll let Ryan tell.
No, but I was picking on you, like not picking on you, but I was like joking with you about like the 18. But that's the reality. Like there's been some very big fish, especially the amount of time that you spend on the water. And the rivers that you fish, there's monsters in those rivers, but a lot of times, like, it just don't happen. I mean,
and sometimes you don't even see them.
Yeah, you don't see them, but like the guys that are holding the rods, I mean, they're newer anglers, and you've equipped them with like, everything is pristine, everything's perfect.
Yeah.
But the reality is landing, 20+ pound steelhead or a 20-pound steelhead on a 12-pound line.
It's a tough task.
It takes a little bit of knack.
And what's weird is they know every little stick, even if they've never been on that side of the river. They know where those little sticks are, underwater, above water. I've had them cartwheel into trees. You name it. Like it's crazy how those fish just know where to take you into and break you off.
I had one roll me over a piece of bedrock, and I literally watch it tail come out of the water, dive straight down, and I looked up at the tip of the rod and just watched it go, and then pop, popped right off.
And goodbye. But you knew on your first day of guiding, spiking 18, like
I was like, this is what I want to do.
Steel obsession.
This is it. I'm obsessed.
Did you have the name before you started?
That was it. That was definitely before I caught that fish.
Not too bad, because you were like, I'm obsessed. Steel obsession.
No, that was a good time. That was a good story.
As much as we all want to admit, there's very few guides and clients, and over the years, like those don't come easy, and they don't come often. So that's pretty cool to spike one on your first day. Pretty badass.
I was hyped.
You're gonna break that record this year?
I could have.
Do you think you will?
I think so. I think
that was a hatchery fish.
No, it was a wild.
Wild.
Yeah, it was a wild.
Yeah. I think, dude, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've been late to the game on the steelhead fishing this year so far. But even yesterday, I think I caught 2 fish that were bigger than anything I caught last year.
Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing all across the board in Washington and Oregon is the fish are big. Like maybe the numbers aren't huge, but the fish that people are catching are
was gonna
stout.
say,
Are
it's
like 4 or
definitely-
5 salt fish, you know?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of upper teens and lower 20s.
Mhm.
One thing about this fish yesterday too, like I have a video I was gonna show you, Jason, and be like, I think it's a buck, but it's so big around, it's just stupid looking. Like it's so healthy. You know what I mean? And I think it's just it's just basically showing like I think that the overall health of the fish out in the ocean and stuff like that. Like I just think that after seeing it was only like a 32, 33 inch long fish. But with how
stout.
big it was, I mean, it's like the biggest around steelhead I think I've laid my hands on in a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, like, so hopefully you'll break. Yeah, I think it's going to happen a lot
I think it's a quality year, not a numbers year.
so far.
I'll say, so far.
We've had a lot of high water though.
Yeah,
And so I think a lot of the fish that kind of come in and set up are not setting up.
exactly.
They're
They're
moving.
going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I floated the whole freaking river yesterday.
The whole
And
thing.
the whole damn thing, top to
dang.
bottom, is a long row.
I always say the big smart fish come on the big spikes in the crazy water when it stabilizes. That's when your cookie cutters start showing up. You know, you see a lot of those 6 to 9 pounders. You know,
Yeah.
just
We definitely haven't had
like they're
stable
out of a
water this
mold.
year.
Yeah, no, it's been either really high or really low.
yeah.
What do you got, Ryan?
Let's
hear
What
it.
what happened to you last year?
Yeah, let's hear a crazy story.
I got so many. I can't even know where to start. But we're talking big steelhead. When he was telling that story, I had something come to my mind. We were fishing on one of those Washington coastal rivers that's no longer out of a sled.
Cool.
And we're coming through this drift, and like I've been fishing this stretch for weeks, and I call it the magic mile. There's a couple magic miles on.
Oh yeah,
Every
every river has a
that
magic mile,
nice
yeah.
long shallow straightaway
Uh-huh.
that the steelhead just kind of stacking, you know.
Mhm.
And so we're coming through there, and I had 2 guys, and we're in my sled, and I threw out first, and I'm like, all right, you guys hit that foam line coming off that. There's a tree kind of touching the water. I'm like, hit that foam line. We're bobber dogging. And me and the next guy, we hit it perfect. And the third guy just slaps the water like 10 feet from the boat, just does the worst cast you've ever seen in your life.
Leave it.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, dude, just leave it because you're going to miss this whole drift. I'd rather have you in the water. I said that. I'd rather have you in the water than out of the water.
Uh-huh.
And next thing you know, I see that bobber just chugging and taking off. And it's the biggest hatchery steelhead I've ever caught.
Really?
Yeah. And we floated it. It probably took us like 2 miles downstream, dodging everything.
Dang.
We finally get it up, and it wouldn't even show itself. It just stayed on the bottom like a king would, you know. It like never showed itself, never saw anything. Just got the rod torqued the whole time, chasing it with the motor, and finally I get into this like back eddy spot that it's kind of swirling, and we finally see it, and I'm like, holy cow! It looks like a king. It has big shoulders. It's huge fish, little color to it, and so he gets it up. It's tired. I net it. And I just left the net in the water. And I said, hey, you guys hold this. I'm going to get us to the beach. We'll take measurements because this is definitely something you want to get a replica made of. Like, this is fish of a lifetime. And as I'm motoring to the bank, the guy goes, hey, it's a hatchery fish. I said, no, it's not. No way. I just figured it was a wild. I didn't even look at it. Like, literally, when I scooped it, I just put the net there. And I thought, oh, wild fish. I'll take measurements, some pictures, and let it go. Yeah. He's like, no, it's a hatchery fish, and these guys are jokers anyways. And I'm like, no, you guys are just messing with me. I let off the motor. I run up to the edge. I look down, and I'm like,
No way.
And I just grabbed the net right in the boat. I put it. Yeah, and just kind of crazy how, you know, fish like that, which
you wouldn't expect.
Certain people will say they're inferior genetics and all this and that, you know. Just an awesome fish, super strong fish, probably been in and out. I'm guessing that fish had probably been in fresh water 2 other times before he came in on that run to be that size. And
Dang.
Yeah, they stay out there, but they sure as heck don't. I mean, they could also stay out there too, and that could have also been his first return. But the reality is if everybody would just stop bonking these 6 to 8 pound already spawned out fish and just let a few of those hatchery fish go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could end up with more.
I mean,
of
I know their
those.
survival rate's not the highest just because the nutrients in the systems aren't there from them once they've spawned, but I feel like on those big bucks, like anything that's above like 16 pounds, you notice they always have a red stripe to them. They always look like they're already a fighter.
Yeah.
So that's why I say like those fish have been in and out and probably made babies and stuff. And I only see that on the big bucks. You know, I've caught big hens that are 16, 18 pounds, but they're just dime bright and they look like they stay out and they're only coming in once.
Yeah, they're just not beat up at all.
Yeah.
What was the measurements on that fish?
42 and 3/4 with a 24.5-inch girth.
24.
We figured
It was a hatchery fish.
the calculations were anywhere from 23 to 24 pounds on the calculations. And
Wow.
it looked all of it. I mean, it had shoulders. It looked like a Chinook. It did not look like a steelhead.
That's insane
cool.
because we had one a couple years ago on a tiny river I fished that was 42 by 21.5. The only reason why I remember that is because and I think it had it at like 20, 21 pounds.
Yeah. And that's a solid. That looks like a
and
Chinook
you had 3
too.
inches. And you had 3 inches of girth to that.
Yeah.
Dude.
And that's where you get the weight.
Yeah.
And I
It's all
caught
about the
one
girth, I
2
hear.
days before that in the same stretch that was 41.5 with a 21-inch girth, and I figured that was right around 20 pounds on that fish.
Jesus Christ.
Just
That's some big.
so you better
fish.
believe it. The rest of that season, I'm just like, oh, we got to go
Right
to the Magic
there.
Mile. We got to
Right
hit.
there.
We just pound it.
Looking for his brother the whole time.
And it produced a lot of fish, but nothing of those like there for about a 3-day period. It was just Tankville, you know.
That's nuts. My big fish for probably actually the biggest guided fish. It kind of came out of the blue. Like it was one of those ones where you're just drifting down a little tiny creek that's honestly not known for big fish, and water was low. I think we were the only boat there. It was just kind of scratch fishing, just kind of one of those days you don't think it's coming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're just trolling along, doing our thing, fishing, and we were catching some fish. Like it wasn't terrible fishing. I'll just leave it at that. But we're catching all of our fish in very, like it's like when things get glassy, fish hide for cover. We're catching fish either in, stuff that's got broken water over the top of deep water, stuff that they can kind of nose up into, act like summers more, like nose up into
High oxygen stuff.
high oxygen stuff, and then like deeper stuff. I mean, because like the water visibility was 8 feet, water was low, it was glassy, and so like I kind of wrote off fishing a lot of the kind of the greasier tailouts that were only like 4 feet deep, walking man speed, no chop on the cover, bright sunny day, bright sunlight, nothing to even think about. Just but we were moving from hole to hole. I told the guys, hey, I can't remember their names now, but I told them, hey, just throw that bobber just right in front of the boat, because if we were to go by it, anything that would have been there would have been spooked off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Draw along, and he throws the bobber in front in a spot that I'm like I said, we've been fishing all day. It's like 1 in the afternoon.
Random.
Bobber drains. You just bonk, like, sets the hook. And of course, well, it was only 4 feet deep. Gin clear the second it turned, it was like, oh my God.
That's cool.
Like
That's a
we
real
say
one.
all the time in addicted videos. It was, oh my God.
Yeah.
And fought that thing all the way down, around a couple steps, same kind of thing, landed it, and it's just awestruck, just kind of like, how in the living hell did we just land this fish here, this river, in like the most, but I guess, you think about it, that fish was so big it just didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so big, it's like,
there.
I'm the dog.
Yeah.
Nothing's hurting me.
Mhm.
But just out of the blue, and that was like the biggest one.
I always say if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Like
Yeah.
I've seen very good anglers do everything right and lose them, and I've seen people that don't have a lot of experience do everything wrong and get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big thing about that fish, and I was kind of saying it during the fight, because we fought that thing forever, because we'd also sized down all our gear.
Yeah.
I was running like some 10-pound, really light fluorocarbon, and when you
Trying to be stealthy in that clean
and
water.
when you talk about like 10-pound fluorocarbon too, like certain brands of fluorocarbon 10-pound are not the same as other 10-pound.
Oh,
well, this was the
100%.
lightest of the light 10-pound
Yeah.
fluorocarbon, just because you had to.
Yeah.
You didn't have a choice, and hooked it on that. And the whole time I'm thinking, we're screwed. The fish stayed, went down to the next run, and stayed there, and then it was just a battle. Probably for 20 minutes getting into the damn cradle net. We got it in there, and like I said, 41 by 21.5, something like
Dang.
that. And sure enough, craziest steelhead we've caught.
That's a good one.
So those are the big fish stories. Okay, steelheading Northwest, like there's got to be some other crazy stories. I got a story about how I flipped my raft, but we can save that one.
I watched a guy flip his raft.
You did?
Had to save him.
What?
It was pretty crazy.
You haven't told me this. Okay, let's hear it.
It was pretty crazy. So we roll down, and this guy's anchored up in the middle of the river, and I'm like, okay. And he sees us, and he pulls his anchor rope up real quick, And he goes to push downriver.
Oh, God, one of those guys.
I'm like, oh, boy. And I see right where he's going for, and I'm like, okay, he needs to go left here. He needs to go left. And he wasn't going left. And I was
He's more concerned than you coming down
he was
on him.
way too concerned about
right.
myself coming down.
I just said it. I don't care. Serves you right.
I just start pushing as hard as I can, as fast as I can get downriver, because I know he's going to flip his boat as soon as he goes over this rock. And goes over the rock, and he was just by himself in his raft, and he was kind of on the back third, so he was kind of dogging it in the back, so the bow of the boat was all risen up.
It was already high, and the back was already low.
Yeah,
First
exactly.
mistake.
So he freaking rolls over the rock, and freaking boat comes out from underneath him, and I just see him floating downriver. He's flailing his arms. I'm pushing. I'm like, Colt, grab him, because Colt was with me. Colt, grab him. Colt ends up grabbing his chest, and we end up dragging him over to the bank, and his boat got caught in a back eddy. Luckily, he was able to get downriver. I mean, he had his oars and everything still in the boat. The oars didn't pop out. It was kind of crazy, but he had kind of not a makeshift frame, but definitely a frame that he had put together himself, and I think that's kind of what caused him to go over, was just the way he was positioned.
Just wasn't balanced right. Huh?
Balance is crucial
in the boat. Yeah, and
isn't that what caused you to flip yours? The balance was off, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, ended up saving him. He was wearing a life jacket, thankfully, but he lost his keys and everything. He was kind of out of ride and everything.
Well,
so we
that could be a lot worse. So.
It could have been. He was like, "Oh, thank you guys so much." And I was like, "Yeah, man, what were you doing?" He was like, "Oh, I was just trying to stay in front of you." I was like,
"Oh, serves him right."
I'm like, sometimes it's just not worth it, man.
That's kind of the karma grabbing you, huh?
Karma grabbing you a little bit, but
I think a lot of it was just some inexperience as well. I mean, everybody knows that you got to go left there, and I think it was the first time that
have I been there?
I think you have. Maybe only a couple times, but you have to go left. It's not where you flipped yours.
Well, no, because no one else in the world is going to flip theirs where I flip mine.
No, but it was just a spot where I'm like, dude, you really need to go left here, and he just didn't. And
I know where you flipped yours doesn't even look like it's possible, but apparently it is if you're
if you're off balance and you hit the wrong boil.
The way the water shapes up where he did, the water almost leans right there. Where it comes into that center where that other side dumps into it, the water.
So you think I flipped like at the bottom of like where those come down and meet?
No, I know right
below it. You know the tree that used to stick out on the left side there?
Yeah.
I flipped there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you flipped right at the bottom of that.
No, I didn't flip anywhere that those rapids I mean, there was some boils in there,
right.
but
but
nothing like I didn't like get into that rapid sideways, hit it, and then dump it.
Gotcha. No. I thought that's what happened.
No, what happened with me was below that, where that tree sticks out. You know how that creek, the left side, comes in as a little creek?
Yeah.
And there's just kind of just a normal boil there. Got through the whole canyon, got through everything, but when you talk about balance in a raft, that's probably a good thing to talk about because crazy stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had my plugs in, and that was a self-bailing raft as long as I had my plugs out. But a lot of times, if I knew I wasn't going to take water, I was ready, I'd leave my plugs in because it just kept everything drier. It was nice. That was the feature.
Right.
Well, if it's raining a lot and you dump and you have one in particular, really big dude behind you, and you kind of dip some water.
That's like, for me, not a bad idea.
Dip some water here, dip some water there, and have a bunch of water sloshing around the bottom of your raft, and you're just being kind of dumb and lazy at the end of the raft. You've already rode all the quote-unquote bad stuff,
right?
If you want to even call it bad stuff. And then you get to one of those boils, and the weight shifts, and then the guy shifts, and then he grabs the frame, and then it shifts everybody, and it shifts that water. Yeah. All of a sudden, you're up at a 45 degrees, and boop, you're in the water.
Damn.
And I literally probably could have flipped it on Battleground Lake. I mean, it could have flipped it on a lake.
What's crazy is all the water and stuff. I know you go down in your raft, and I know this spot, and it's a lot of people. It's just like getting in a car accident. You always get in an accident. They say a mile or two from your house where you're relaxed and you're not really on your toes. And I would say it's the same thing for you there because you've been down that river so many times. It's nothing compared to what you wrote.
100% complacency on my part.
Yep.
100%. But thank God I had everybody wear their life jackets, because I'll be honest with you, there was some raft trips kind of back in my younger years. I'm like, yeah, we don't need to wear them. I'm not that worried about it. But, you know, when you're fishing around thousands of your closest friends, you know, a little different story on my big 26-foot sled.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, like, been in the raft never again, because this was just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's something to, you know, wear your
Me,
life,
myself,
wear your life jacket,
wintertime,
kids.
the water's cold. I don't care. Sled, big sled, little sled, anything. My saying is, I don't care if you're Michael Phelps. You hit 36, 38 degree water,
You're toast.
you're done in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
And you talk about that, and the one thing that I do remember, the one thing that scares me the most about when I flipped that raft
Yeah.
was I remember still the raft coming up in front of me, and then I remember grabbing the side of I remember like the raft coming up in front of me. I do not remember going underneath. I don't remember getting wet, and then I ended up on when the raft overturned.
Mm-hmm.
I was somehow holding on to the side grip rope. I don't remember any of it. I don't remember hitting the water. I
Just
don't
the
remember getting
blackout.
underneath. And all of a sudden I remember just staring, like opening my eyes, the raft's in front of me upside down. The first thing that fortunately came to mind is, where the frick are my clients?
Yeah.
And I looked left, I looked right, I saw them both. I'm like, get to the shore. And I mean, what was crazy about it is that if we would have just drifted another 20 feet, we would have been in 2.5 feet of water. Not the point. It is, you're right. Michael Phelps or not, 36 degrees is 36
Yeah,
degrees.
it just locks up
cold.
your muscles. It's hard to breathe, you know.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I took a dunk.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Well, no, not on that one. But
Oh,
this
you took
was
another dunk.
this was actually my first trip up to the Olympic Peninsula. It was super low water. It was like the end of February. And I'm sitting in the front of my buddy's raft, and we're fishing on these fish in this tiny little riffle. It's maybe 4 feet deep, and there's probably 50 steelhead piled into this little riffle, and we've probably made 50, 60 casts in there. And I'm like, hey, dude, are we going to keep going, or are we going to, harass these fish a little more? And he goes, no, they'll bite. Just give them a minute. I'm like, okay, dude. So we cast, like maybe 5 or 6 casts later, he strokes into one, and I'm in the front seat. I'm reeling my rod in, and I'm like, all right, what do you want to do? You want to fight this? And he just hands me the rod. Still have my rod in my hand. I got 2 rods in my hand and probably a 15, 16 pound steelhead on
A real one.
on the end of one. And he goes and takes one pull of the anchor rope, and I just go whoop. I fall out with both rods in my hands.
Nice.
And managed to keep both the rods in my hand, fish on still, get back in the boat. I get in the back seat of the boat for some reason, and I only fall in like 2.5 feet of water. So I like fell right onto some rocks. So I like kind of feel like my back is really messed up for like a half second, but ended up getting back in the boat, and I'm like, I can't remember what happened, but it was like something happened with the tips of the rods, and it got tangled up. And he goes, cut the line. The fish is still on. And I end up cutting the wrong line.
I was going to say you cut the wrong
the
one. I
red
already
wire.
knew where that was
Seriously.
going.
Cut the red wire, cut
so
the
I
blue
cut-
wire, cut the red
cut
wire.
the wrong line.
Yeah.
So this fish has got like 40 feet of high vis Power Pro hanging out of his mouth. So we're like sitting there. He's finally got me back in the boat. We're both sitting there looking in the water, and we see the Power Pro. I'm like, okay, there it is. He freaking rows over there. I reach out with my boot, grab the line with my boot, start to hand line this thing in, and I feel it go like tug twice. It comes out of water like 6 feet and then pops off. It's like,
Oh,
my God.
insult to injury.
Oh my gosh. But it was like just a perfect perfect dunk story. I mean, if you're gonna come up with a dunk story, that's
That's a
definitely
good one.
the
That's a good one.
Good stuff. Well, if it's a crazy story, whether you got dunked, whether it's a big fish for steelheading, we're gonna go to do a live feed right now, guys. But if you guys stay safe out there, and if anything, these stories told you to maybe make sure your gear's nice and tight, and make sure you're fishing clean. Make sure you're wearing your life jacket.
Yeah, always in the
All that
winter.
good stuff. We'll see you guys at the Puyallup Bash and Sportsman shows, and if you guys, there's still tickets available for the Portland show. So hopefully we'll see you guys there as well. Later.
Cheers.